Seems like you're still muted.
I am.
People tell me I should remain muted.
Well,
Okay, Judge Holmes is muted.
okay, next case that we have is cause number 329-154, case of South State of Texas versus Jamal Fitzgerald Jesse. Mr. Jesse, would you please come forward? Mr. Jesse, you can come forward. You stand on the X. This is cause number 329-154, case is style the State of Texas versus Jamal Fitzgerald Jesse. Mr. Jesse, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Jesse?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Jesse. You're here represented by your attorney, Mr. John West. Could you check to see if we have bond conditions in this case? In his file. Mr. West, what is your announcement in Mr. Jesse's case?
We'd like to place this on trial by Your Honor.
Wait a minute. We have some? Okay, that's all I needed to know. Okay, Mr. Jesse, your attorney, Mr. West, is going to sign for your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day, Mr. West. I think this is your last case. You'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. Okay, court is in session at cause number 330-868, case of style the State of Texas versus Robert C. Davis. Mr. Davis is present on Zoom. And Mr. Davis is represented by, well, his attorney of record is attorney Terrence Allison. However, standing in for Mr. Allison is attorney Marivius Allen. Could you take Mr. Davis' mic off of mute? Okay, thank you. Mr. Davis, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
That's good. Now,
Feeling good. Every day living, praying and living.
That's good. Now, Mr. Davis, you're represented by your attorney. Well, you're represented by attorney Terrence Allison. However, standing in for Mr. Allison is attorney Marivius Allen. Does Mr. Allen have your permission to stand in?
Yeah,
for
for me,
Mr.
yeah.
Allison? Okay, now, Mr. Allen, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Allen, what are we doing in Mr. Davis's case?
Yes, sir. We had a long discussion yesterday and explained everything to him. I think we're ready to move forward and enter a plea. Everything that was up in the air yesterday has been resolved. So.
Okay, have y'all filled out any paperwork on the tablets?
Yes, we filled out the paperwork and turned it in yesterday. And
I don't think it stays on the tablet when you, once they change the date, I think it goes away, if I'm not mistaken. You can check, is that correct?
I got it. I need a fingerprint.
So you would have to refill it out today, okay?
okay,
So just get the tablet, he's on the tablet. We'll give you time to do that.
all right, thank you.
Does it need, Your Honor, does it need to be added to today's docket? or-
It is on today's docket.
It is? Okay, okay. And I'll just wait for it to come through.
Okay,
Thanks.
all right, we'll come back to y'all. Court is in session, back in session in two cases. Both cases, the style of State of Texas versus QJ Montgomery. First case is cause number 327-826. Second case is cause number 328-714. Again, both cases, the style of State of Texas versus QJ Montgomery. Mr. Montgomery, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Montgomery? I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Montgomery. I have before me two motions to revoke your probation. Yes, actually, two motions to revoke your unadjudicated probation. Have you been here before on these motions to revoke?
No, sir.
Okay. What I'll do is go over these with you. The first case, cause number 327-826, I have before me a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. In this motion, it alleges that on September 27 of 2021, in County Court at Law number 2, that the court found that the evidence was sufficient beyond a reasonable doubt to support a finding of guilt for the offense of assault family violence. However, the court deferred a finding of guilt and placed you on unadjudicated probation for a period of 2 years. In this motion, there are 4 allegations. If one of these allegations is determined to be true or found to be true, your probation can be revoked. And if your probation is revoked, you can receive up to, or you could be sentenced up to 365 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The next motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation and cause number 328-714 states that on September 27 of 2021, in County Court at Law number 2, that the court found the evidence sufficient beyond a reasonable doubt to support a finding of guilt for the offense of evading arrest and detention. However, the court deferred adjudication of guilt and placed you on unadjudicated probation for a period of 2 years. This motion contains 3 allegations. If any one of these 3 allegations is found to be true, your probation can be revoked. And if your probation is revoked, you receive up to, I think it's a year. Let's see. Is it unadjudicated? Yeah, you can receive up to 365 days in the Jefferson County Jail on this case as well. Now, Mr. Montgomery, could you give him judge's explanation of rights to defendants without attorney? And maybe the affidavit, just in case. Thank you, Mr. Gilliam. Now, one of the documents that you have before you is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. I will go over this document with you, and it reads as follows. As a defendant in a criminal case, you have 3 options. Number 1, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
Number 2, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
Number 3, you may represent yourself. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
If you want an attorney to represent you and have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. You may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, at the bottom of this document, it states defendant's choice. Mark initials next to only one choice. If your choice is, I want to reset this case to hire my own attorney, then you'll place your initials on the first line to the left. If your choice is, if you have already hired an attorney, then you'll place the name of the attorney on the line to the right and your initials on the line to the left. If your choice is, I want to apply for court-appointed counsel, then you'll place your initials on the third line to the left. If you've already hired, or if you've already been appointed, rather, a court-appointed attorney, then you'll place the attorney's name on the line to the right, and you'll put your initials on the fourth line to the left. If your choice is, I want to waive my right to an attorney to represent myself, then you'll place your initials on the fifth line to the left. Now, once you finish initialing one of the 5 lines, you will sign on the line that says defendant, and you will place the day's date, which is March 18, 2022, on the line that says date. Mr. Montgomery, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can make your choice.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Mr. Montgomery, your cases will be reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Here you go. And place his name and the cause number on the document. Mr. Montgomery, you're gonna stand on the far X, your case is going to be reset. And once your case is reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Stand on the far X in front of our court coordinator. Thank you.
He muted us. You muted?